Alright, and we are live. Welcome to another edition of Was It Worth It? Welcome to another edition of NFL. Welcome to another edition of New Orleans Saints Road to Atlanta Week 4 with your host, DJ. And yes, I will be previewing the LSU game against Ole Miss, and I will also be giving you the injury previewing and giving you the injury report for the Saints-Giants game Week 4. And I will be doing a segment called NFL Pick'ems that'll be my last segment, third and last segment. And so let's get started with LSU. LSU, they will score against Ole Miss. I don't think Ole Miss's defense will stop LSU. But what I do think is that LSU's off defense is kind of susceptible to the pass. They're gonna allow Ole Miss to score. Ole Miss is just too good. I was kind of upset when I saw Louisiana Tech make it a game, even though they weren't defeated. I said this on Wednesday that they made it a game, even though LSU pulled it out with a couple late scores. But in the end, LSU won. But against Bama, against somebody really good, you're not going to be able to win. I just hope maybe we can fix that tonight. Maybe because it's Ole Miss and it's Ed Orgeron's old head coaching job where he didn't do really well. And I know he's not saying it, but this is not just another game for Ed Orgeron. This is a game where he really wants to win. I just hope we can find it. Maybe they will cover because as of yesterday it was only a 10-point spread, but so that's not really high, but LSU's just not a good offensive team. Yes, in the red zone they are, but you're not going to be able to get in the red zone every drive. You're going to have to be able to score outside of the red zone. Bama's going to be those teams. You're going to have those explosive plays against Bama in a few weeks. Georgia in 2 weeks in LSU. So, it's going to be tough, but I think we'll win maybe, I don't know, it's 30-20, 34-24, something like that. So, we'll just have to watch, keep our eyes open. I'll give you my recap of this game on Wednesday. Moving right along, Saints game, Sunday, on CBS. 2 NFC teams on CBS, by the way. 3:25 to be exact, so kind of prime time, I guess. One of the games of the week, or we're supposed to be. Giants are kind of 1-2, looking for their second win of the season, and we're looking for our third to make us 3-1. And I think we'll be able to do it. It'll be a little tough because you have Odell Beckham Jr. on one end, and then Sterling Shepard. As we saw, Calvin Ridley ran off like crazy. He was just, I don't know what he was doing, what kind of pills it was just, I don't know. It was our secondary sucks. I'm just gonna flat out say it. Our secondary sucks. Where's the safety help? I mean, you gave up middle of the field, long pass touchdown. Middle of the field, long pass touchdown. I said that against Atlanta. I mean, our defense is just horrible. Against the run, yes, we're very good. We couldn't get a pass rush until the fourth quarter. I mean, that was the right time to get it, but come on. We need a pass rush. We got to find some kind of way to get pressure on the quarterback so our DBs don't have to cover as long. Our cornerbacks don't have to cover as long. Our safeties don't have to cover as long. Oh, wait, we can't cover at all. I mean, this is ridiculous. We're going into week 4 here. I know you don't want to be playing your best ball yet, but at least show me some progress. Don't let 5 deep plays, maybe just 1 or 2. That'll be progress. But our offense is always there. Kamara wasn't at practice because he plays almost every down now because of the 4-game suspension by Mark Ingram. I'm hoping when Ingram comes back next week, we'll be able to. It'll take a little while, maybe a quarter and a half, to get our running game rhythm back, but I think it'll be back next week. Kamara's just a little banged up, but he's gonna play through it. I wanted to talk about something that happened on last Sunday against Atlanta. We all know this. Drew Brees passed Brett Favre in all-time completions with 6,326 for his career. Drew Brees has attempted over 9,423 attempts. So that's pretty good. That's a 67% clip for his career. 37.4 attempts per game, 71,523 yards for his career. As of this year, Drew Brees has 129 attempts with 104 completions of an 80.8 completion percentage. If he keeps that up, he will break his own record from a couple years ago of 72.0. So, that was just last year, actually. So, this is going to be really interesting to see if he can keep it up. It's going to be harder from weeks 5 through 17, just because we're going to have more of a running game. So, he's going to have less opportunities to throw the ball, hopefully. Hopefully, we have more of a balance. He'll just have to complete more at a quicker rate. So, we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. Now, another guy I want to talk about on the offense is your boy Michael Thomas. Last year, he had over 1,200 yards. He already has over 398 this year with 38 receptions. And he's targeted 40 times. So he's only missed 2 balls. I mean, at this clip, that's, it's at this clip, if he gets 15 a game, that's over 225 a game. I mean, I don't think anybody's done 4 games in a row with 10 receptions per game. It would be amazing to see Michael Thomas do it. And I'm almost 100%. I almost go to, if I was a betting man, I'd tell you to go bet Michael Thomas gets 10 plus receptions for the 4th straight game. And you'd win some money probably. Because we don't have a running game. And we don't have any other wide receivers. Yeah, we're trying to get the tight end involved a little bit. We're trying to get Josh Hill running the ball, which was phenomenal. We're trying to get Cameron Meredith, who scored a touchdown. That was great, involved. But Michael Thomas is the main guy. Tegan Jr. a little bit involved too, but he was hurt this week, so I don't know how good he's going to be. I'll get to the injury report in a couple seconds, but we don't have a running game, and we don't have other wide receivers that really help out. So Michael Thomas, Kamara, a little bit of Gillislee, which isn't much. But the three players on your offense is Michael Thomas, Drew Brees, and Alvin Kamara. Your offensive line is great. Drew Brees hasn't been sacked too much. Yeah, he had to run for his life a little bit last week. But all in all, we've done pretty well over the years. And over this year, too, with blocking for Drew. So, that's that. Next order of business I want to talk about for the Giants game is the injury report. And I do have the injury report. 1 second. Injury report. Well, we do know that the Giants have about 4 or 5 guys out for injury. So let's see who. I know Evan Ingram was, I think, one of them. Let's see. New Orleans injury report was Manti Te'o's the only one not playing. This is Friday's injury report, but Manti Te'o for the Saints is the only one ruled out for this game. We have Marcus Davenport, Teron Armstead, Tegan Jr. Marcus Davenport had a knee. Armstead and Ginn both had knees. Davenport had a hip, sorry. Tyler Davison had a foot injury. Cameron Meredith was knee, Andrews Pete ankle, Jordan biceps, and Kamara knee. All limited in practice. Thursday, since I didn't do my podcast on Thursday, everybody except Davenport and Teo did not participate in some form or capacity, either limited or full. The only one limited was Andrews Pete with his ankle, but he's been dealing with stuff his whole career. Not good to see. Not good at all for Pete, but Pete's been able to play through injuries, which I think is big, especially when you're an offensive lineman that knows the offense. We have on SaintsWire.usatoday.com, we have a few players out for the Giants. Eli Apple with the groin was ruled out for Sunday's game alongside 4 of the Giants. Tight end Evan Ingram, as I said, with the knee. Wideout Cody Latimer with the knee. Tailback Jonathan Stewart with his foot. And linebacker Olivier Vernon with an ankle injury. This is really big because I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, when you have a wideout, a tight end, one of your best players at tight end. I mean, they better hope they can run the ball. And the Saints have shown on defense, that's the one thing they can do is stop the run. So I don't think they're gonna. Will they score a lot of points? Yes, but they're gonna have a hard time doing it with the wide receiver out, and the tight end out. But as Saints have shown, they only need one player to really steal the show, which was last week in. I forgot his name. Sorry. But it's going to be the Sterling Shepard show this week because you're going to put your emphasis on OBJ. And OBJ is not going to get catches, but then Sterling Shepard will. So somebody's going to score for the Giants. It's just in other injuries. Antonio Hamilton, groin. Stacey Cole, hamstring. Other players listed on the injury report are expected. They're both questionable to play. But expected to play is Connor Baldwin, as I said on Wednesday, with the knee. Damian Harrison with the knee. He was also on Wednesday's injury report. And the Giants won't want to be without Damian Harrison against New Orleans' high-paced offense. He's a defensive tackle, and he's going to have to get to the quarterback. He's going to have to get to Drew Brees a couple times. But I don't think Drew Brees throws the ball away too quickly. He'll take a possession, he'll take a loss of down just because instead of a short pass, just to move on kind of thing so he doesn't get hurt in the long run. That's that on everything. Giants. Eli hasn't been the greatest this year, but the Saints are going to show why he still got something left in the tank. Yeah, so let's move on to my Week 4 picks, courtesy of Forbes. My Week 4 picks, we had Minnesota Vikings at Los Angeles Rams, which already finished. With the Rams winning 38-31, with the Vikings trying to make a last-second comeback. But Jared Goff looks phenomenal right now. If the Saints don't get any better, yes, they're going to make the playoffs. Yes, I still say 13-3, but that would not be good enough to make a number 1 seed. You will be a number 2 seed with 13-3 record. The Rams are not losing. I'm sorry. As of right now, they're not losing. Sean McVay looks like... I know I heard during the week that he shouldn't get all the credit. Coaches get too much credit on the Dan Le Batard show. I think Stugotz said it. Courtesy of ESPN Radio 100.3. ESPN New Orleans. Check it out. But it's... the coaches do the scheming. I'm sorry, they help out with the scheming. So I can't credit them for getting credit, but Jared Goff does make the throws. He made a lot of tight throws. Thursday night, so they're going to be a tough team to beat. Minnesota will bounce back from this, though. My next game on my Week 4 picks is Cincinnati Bengals at Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons are favored by 5.5 points. I think mostly because they're at home. And we have a 51-point total for this game. If the Saints game was any indication, and Cincinnati's Bengals offense was any indication, and this one on CBS, by the way, this will be a high-scoring game. Cincinnati, I don't know where they've been the last few years, but this year, they found it. They just, I think they're going to make the playoffs this year. But the AFC, I still think it's either New England or Jacksonville. But this game should be good. I can't wait to watch a little bit of it before the Saints game at 3:25. So, I'll go. I don't know where to go at this point. I hate to pick the Falcons. I know y'all going to hate me for that. They do need to lose to help us out, but I don't know if Cincinnati's defense is good enough to stop Matt Ryan in that offense. And Cincinnati Bengals offense is not good enough to keep up with Atlanta's offense like the Saints are. I'm sorry. I have to go Atlanta. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Chicago Bears. This will be 1 p.m. on Fox with Chicago. It's got a 3-point favorite here, only because they're at home. And I think a little bit because Fitzmagic threw 3 picks in the first half. Yes, they weren't his fault. And this game, by the way, is a 46.5-point total. I don't know if it'll get that high, 46.5, maybe. I think only because Tampa Bay is going to win this game. I think they bounce back. I think Fitzmagic's going to start again. If he does bad like he did last week, has even a hint of being bad, I think Jameis Winston comes back for one game to see what he can do. And you might see him flip-flopping back between quarterbacks. I hate that, but I don't know. Do you give if Fitzmagic would have won last week, yeah, I'd say you could have another bad game and then see where you're at. But they couldn't overcome that against Pittsburgh. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how he plays this week against Chicago and Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack is a beast. He can get, especially when it's a one-score game, he has like 12 sacks, I think. Some crazy statistic. Since he's been in the league, he has like 12 sacks in the fourth quarter in a one-score game. I mean, it's just phenomenal. So, we'll have to wait and see how this game shapes out. The other game at 1 o'clock that could be interesting, is Detroit Lions at Dallas Cowboys on Fox. Dallas is a 3-point favorite only because they're at home. And it's 43.5 points. I think Detroit's winning this game. I'm going with the Lions. I do not like the Cowgirls at all. Yes, I said that. They're not the Cowboys, they're the Cowgirls in my mind. Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. Ezekiel Elliott is a very good running back. But I do think Detroit Lions have enough on offense to either keep up with Dallas, and Dallas is not going to score every drive. They're not going to score touchdowns every drive. I think Matthew Stafford's going to score enough points to win this game, and it's going to be a 7-point game. Won by Detroit. Next, we have Buffalo Bills at Green Bay Packers on CBS at 1 p.m. Green Bay is a 10-point favorite because they are at home. So, all the games so far, even the Thursday night game, Los Angeles was favored by 7 with a 49.5-point score. So, yes, that was way over. So, yeah, all the games so far have been by the home team. Buffalo Bills and Green Bay Packers, 45.5 points on this. Now, hold your roll here. Buffalo Bills do look good with Josh Rosen, but not Josh Rosen, Josh Allen. But I don't think they're scoring enough points to keep up with Green Bay. Green Bay's going to have to score about, it's 45.5. Yes, Green Bay could score 30, and then Buffalo scores 15, but if I was a betting man, I'd bet the under on this. But I would be safe to say that Clay Matthews is getting another roughing the passer penalty for the 4th straight week. I just hate the refs right now. I don't know where they're going with this penalty. You have to hit the quarterback and then attempt to roll off of him so you don't have your full body weight. I know that was in the rule books back in the day. I know it hasn't been really enforced until this year. But, come on. I don't know. I'm not going to go there. Next we have, that's on CBS by the way, on Fox at 1 o'clock is Philadelphia Eagles at Tennessee Titans. This is the first game where the home team is not favored. Philly is favored by 4 points with a 41.5 total. 41.5 point total. That'll be close to get there. Philadelphia's going to score about 28 to 30 points. I got Philly in this one. Next I have Houston Texans at Indianapolis on CBS. This is the smallest margin of the week. Indy is only a 1.5 point favorite. It all depends on which quarterback does their job. Especially Andrew Luck, because he's going to have to deal with J.J. Watt. There's a 47 point total, which is third highest. No, 47 is actually second highest. Sorry, 47. Yeah, 47's third highest for this week, and it's just crazy. I don't know if we're gonna have much offense, just because Andrew Luck's coming back slowly, but I think Houston Texans might finally figure it out because it's a in-division opponent. It's gonna be really good. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. Next we have an interesting one. New York Jets at Jacksonville Jaguars. And Jacksonville is favored because they're the home team by 7 points. 38.5 points. Yes, I do think Jets will score 20-something points. I think this is going over. It's going 40 points. But I think Jacksonville is going to score. I don't know. It depends on how Blake Bortles does. Blake Bortles is iffy. Jacksonville has been a team where they do play defense, but they do just enough on offense to win the game. Do I think... it's going to be like a 20-27 game, 20-28 game, something like that, with Jacksonville coming out on top. I don't think New York Jets are ready to start winning yet. Next, we have Cleveland Browns at Oakland Raiders. 4:05 p.m. on Fox. And Oakland Raiders are favored. Now we get into your 3:25 Central games, 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time games. Oakland is a 2.5 favorite because they're at home. Against Cleveland, I don't like that. And it's a 44.5 point favorite. I can see that. I can see maybe they're thinking Cleveland's going to have a letdown, but I don't see it. I think Cleveland with Baker Mayfield is a much better team than with Tyrod Taylor. You should have seen that in the preseason, but you didn't. That's why you're 1-1-1. But I got Cleveland in this one. Next, I got at 4:05 Seattle and Arizona Cardinals on Fox. Another team that's not at home that's favored, -3. Yes, Josh Rosen's your new quarterback. Sam Bradford's looked horrible with his new team. 38.5 point favorite. No, sorry. Not favorite. 38.5 points total. I don't know if that's... Both teams have to score 20 to get 40. I don't know. It could be a 14-17 game. Just because both the offenses... Russell Wilson's got to basically do it himself because he doesn't have the defense anymore. And plus, he doesn't have the offense too much around him because they're all hurt. And they got a new quarterback in Josh Rosen, who's the rookie, because Sam Bradford's been playing bad. I just don't see it. I really don't see it. I wouldn't be betting on this game. But if I had to pick somebody, I'm picking the experienced quarterback at Russell Wilson. So Seattle wins at Arizona. Next we have San Francisco 49ers, 4:25 at Los Angeles Chargers. Sorry, Chargers favorite 10.5. And the over-under is 46.5. Go over. No. Sorry. 46.5, go under on this game. I'm sorry. It's not going 46.5 points. You got a quarterback that I don't even heard of this guy before. Garoppolo's out for the year. San Francisco's not making the playoffs. Unless the Chargers scoring 30-something points, which they can. I don't know how good San Francisco's defense is, but I'm picking the Chargers just because they have an experienced quarterback. It would be a much closer game if Garoppolo was there. I might even go San Francisco if Garoppolo was there. But this is a quarterback. Yes, he's been there. Yes, he went through training camp. Yes, he went through the preseason. But it's way different in a real, live, regular season game. Los Angeles Rams all the way at home. Los Angeles Chargers all the way at home. Baltimore Ravens at Pittsburgh Steelers. Sunday night on NBC. 8:20 Eastern Time. Pittsburgh has a 3-point favorite over Baltimore. I don't agree with, and it's a 51-point favorite, which is second highest with Atlanta. Tied for second highest with Atlanta. And this is going to might be a good game just because the defenses, but this Pittsburgh Steelers locker room, Mike Tomlin, what are you doing? You used to have control of your locker room. Maybe Le'Veon Bell. I mean, I heard this on another shout out to Freddie Fitzsimmons on ESPN Radio, 8 p.m. to 11, on Central Time. But I heard on Freddie Fitzsimmons that really you don't have control of your locker room anymore, and I agree with that. That he doesn't have control of his locker room. Maybe Le'Veon Bell saw something we did not see. Maybe he saw a little tension in the locker room. Ben Roethlisberger doesn't like loud music in the locker room. So they turn it down, and when he leaves, they turn it back up, and it's like party time. I don't know. We're all grown men here. You need to act like it to start winning, but if everybody's crying over stupid stuff, y'all not going to win many games this year. But I wouldn't bet on this game, but if I had to bet, I'd pick Baltimore in this game. Next, we have Kansas City Chiefs at Denver Broncos, 8:15 p.m. on ESPN, Monday Night Football, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Kansas City's only a 5.5-point favorite, but they're not at home. It's the highest point total of the week at 57 points. Wait, let me make sure. 56 points. You could bet over on this game. I can see this game going over 60 points if Pat Mahomes has the kind of performances we've been seeing. First 2 weeks he had 10 touchdowns. Third week it wasn't too bad either. Kansas City's found their quarterback. Andy Reid's back in the playoffs in the AFC. They might even win that division. This is going to be a good test, though, against Von Miller in that Denver defense. I don't know who to pick, but until Pat Mahomes shows me otherwise, why he can't be stopped, I got Kansas City. Until he's stopped, they're not losing the game. They could go undefeated. It's gonna be a magical ride with Pat Mahomes, just like Fitzmagic is right now. But Pat Mahomes is a much better quarterback, much younger. So I got Kansas City in this one. One game I did not pick that all of y'all are waiting for is the Saints at New York Giants at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time. New Orleans 3:25 Central Time. New Orleans is a 3-point favorite over the New York Giants. I agree with that because they are away, and our defense isn't that great. So it'll be like last week, probably unless whoever has the ball last. I hope not. This game is going to be over 50 points, I believe. Maybe. I don't know. Over 50? Maybe. If our defense comes out and can stop the Giants a couple times, it won't go over 50. I wouldn't bet over 50 if I was putting money down, but I'd bet under 50. So, yeah, I got the Saints winning somewhere in the range, hopefully like 30-something, maybe 30 to 20. That would be great. A 10-point win. Get about 2 or 3 stops on offense, a few sacks, or at least some pressure, or maybe 2 or 3 sacks with a lot of pressure on Eli, because that offensive line is not great. I didn't mention that early in the show, in my podcast, or early in the show, but that offensive line is not that great. So if we can get some pressure on Eli, I think we'll get a lot of stops Sunday. It's going to be a good test. It's going to be. I think the Saints will be able to get their defense going. So, yeah, that's it for this week's podcast. Please check me out tomorrow on my podcast, Smart Wrestling Alliance. You can search us on Smart Wrestling Alliance. Chatting with the Smarky family. If you search that, you should be able to find us. We're going live at 1 o'clock. 1 p.m. Central Time for about 1 to 2 hours. Somewhere in there, talking all kinds of wrestling, from news outside of WWE, news inside of WWE. We're even going to rant about something, Issa and I. We're going to talk about best segments in WWE. So, yeah, and, there's some big news with a couple of pay-per-views coming up. Triple H coming. The DX versus the Brothers of Destruction with Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus Kane and Undertaker. So this is gonna be a good show Sunday. Please come check us out tomorrow. Hope to see y'all there. And please subscribe if you like this video and my other videos that I have up. Please hit that like button. Also, if you like my videos. And hit that notification button so you know when I go live on Saturdays to talk LSU and Saints on Saturdays at around 5 p.m. and on Wednesdays around 8 p.m. 5 p.m. Central Time on Saturdays, and 8 to 8:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesdays. And on Saturdays I'll be previewing Sunday's game, and Wednesdays I'll give you the first injury report to the next week's game, and also recap of last week's game. So please come join me, and we'll have a great time. Until next week. See you all later.